The next piece of your paper is going to be a goal or task analysis. And this section will basically consist of a diagram. Now, if you remember, the diagram is going to be slightly different depending on whether you're focusing on intellectual or psychomotor skills, verbal information goals, or attitude goals. And so for the intellectual or psychomotor skills, your diagram will basically consist of the steps to perform the goal. Each step includes a verb that describes an observable behavior that the learner will do. And you should have between 5 and 8 steps for 1 hour of instruction. If you have more than that, you're having too much content for this particular assignment. If you have less than that, maybe you have not properly analyzed the goal that you have in mind. For verbal information, they basically indicate that you can also have a diagram that basically lists the different topics in a with boxes that are not connected with each other, but they also provide the option of an outline, which to me actually makes more sense for this type of information because you can represent the relationships between the concepts. And for attitude type goals, you will follow the procedure for the type of behavior you want the learner to exhibit when the attitude is demonstrated, whether it is an intellectual, psychomotor skills, etc. Now, at all costs, avoid stating the steps from the perspective of the teacher. You're not going to do a goal task analysis that lists the activities that the teacher will do. This part must be about what the learner will do. And so here you have an example which appears in the textbook. Figure 3.5 shows you a faulty goal analysis. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this is that if you have this type of goal analysis, you're not going to get any points for this section, even though you went through the process and drew the boxes and drew the connecting lines. The problem is that these type of analysis is just not going to be useful for your design process at all. It'll give you no good information. You will have the remaining of the instructional process flawed because of this. So in the real world, this would not be a good diagram for an instructional design, and in the context of this analysis, this is not going to give you any points. Just remember that it's always listed as the series of steps that the learner will do to perform the goal.